Hello, may I urgently request some crucial information from you? I have been desperately trying to reach you, sir. My name is Maram, and I run a modest YouTube channel. I plan to create a video on magic and feel compelled to ask if I can conduct a press interview with you. Numerous individuals in this area have spoken of your unparalleled mastery of magic. I've heard you're the best. All I desire is to have a press interview with you to uncover the true essence of your work and understand exactly what it is that you do. The magician's eyes widened in astonishment as he hissed, "Is this all you seek? You traveled such a distance just for this insignificant request. I have no interest in speaking with anyone. Leave immediately," I pleaded with him, my voice trembling as I said, "Sir, all I want is a simple conversation to showcase your tremendous abilities to the world. Is there something wrong with that?" But his response was chilling. He gazed down at me with cold disdain and spat out, "Who do you think you are that I should agree? Why would I waste any time talking to you? Get out of here now." Please, don't mind. I'll pay you whatever you want. The world needs to know if magic is real or if it's just a lie and quackery. The magician withdrew the money, and as I remember, it was 500 pounds. He quickly said, "No more than 5 minutes. This is all you will get. My time is valuable, so be careful not to bother me with stupid questions. Do not blame anyone but yourself. Sir, I beg you to believe me when I say your identity will remain hidden. I swear I won't reveal your name or show your picture. But there's a question that haunts me. Whispers have reached my ears claiming that you spend some nights sleeping in graves. Is this horrifying rumor true? Can anyone but the dead endure such a chilling fate as to sleep among them?" His reply was chilling, sending a shiver down my spine. He whispered, "Little girl, most of my work takes place in cemeteries. I perform rituals inside open graves." Leaning closer with a twisted grin, he added, "I'll let you in on a dark secret. Some graves still hold the remains of bodies. Because these spaces are so cramped, I've had to remove those decaying corpses to fit myself inside and conduct my grim ceremonies." Lowering his voice to an eerie tone, he confessed, "Occasionally, I need certain parts of these rotting cadavers for my magic spells." I trembled at his response, barely maintaining my composure as I dared to ask, "Sir, if I needed you to perform a special spell for me, what fee would you demand?" His laughter echoed ominously through the air, sending chills down my spine. With a voice that grated on my very soul, he replied, "It is far too costly for you, little one. You cannot afford it because my servants are among the kings of devils and the jinn." Despite myself and still grappling with disbelief, my voice quivered as I asked him next, "What is the most powerful magic you have ever performed in your life?" In a chilling, ice-cold voice, he said to me, "Little girl, people from far corners of the earth seek my dark services, no matter their nationality. I vividly recall one desperate soul residing in the Emirates who came pleading for me to summon his deceased father's spirit. The demons demanded a price, a ghastly part of the body, and since his father had only recently passed, it was the brain they craved. An overwhelming wave of revulsion hit me, my stomach churning as his rancid breath enveloped me, a putrid stench that screamed for centuries without the touch of water. My skin crawled, but I managed to choke back my horror and force myself to speak. "Do these rituals have to be at specific times?" I asked, barely keeping my voice steady. My heart pounded in dread as I continued. "And if the dead person has been gone for months, can you still prepare his soul?" He looked at me out of the corner of his eye and said with malignancy, "The important thing is that you find any of the body bones of the departed inside the grave, even if it's a small bone." My body quivered as I imagined all this horror, and I asked him cautiously, "Sir, has your magic caused any murders?" It became chillingly clear that my question was pushing him to the brink of anger. With a voice dripping with irritation, he hissed, "Listen, girl, I can't say that I killed anyone, but what did I do? What did the killing mean?" His eyes darkened as he began his unsettling tale. "One day, a woman came to me desperate to cast a spell on her husband so he'd be enslaved at her feet. I handed her a bottle of water imbued with my incantations and sternly instructed her to add just 3 drops to his drink. But she used every last drop. The man's death was not merely a passing, it was a horrifying culmination of dark forces tearing through his very soul. The demons that infested him seized control, corrupting his mind and heart until he could bear it no longer, driving him to the unthinkable act of suicide." "Sir, I beg you not to be outraged by my question, but do you fear the wrath of God? Do you believe he exists? aren't you terrified of facing his terrifying punishment for these satanic actions? And tell me, who exactly are your patrons? Men or women? God. The word fell from his lips with a chilling disdain. To deny his existence is sheer madness, yet there is another who wields power and demands our reverence. Born of fire, he reigns supreme, the great Diablos. The room quaked violently the moment he uttered the name of this malevolent being, sending shivers down my spine. I had to summon every ounce of courage just to steady myself and ignore the sinister phenomena unfolding around me. And when I dared to glance towards the side of the room, what I saw almost made my blood run cold. Remnants of deceased animals, their skins grotesquely inscribed with talismans in cryptic symbols and numbers that I'm incapable of deciphering. Though their meanings were beyond my grasp, there was no doubt about them. They were instruments of his dark sorcery. I gathered all my remaining psychological strength and asked him courageously, "Tell me, sir, what is the matter for which you get paid more money? Is it murder?" It seems that I asked him a question that provoked him, and he said to me nervously, "I told you that I did not kill anyone. Greed and stupidity are the reasons for this. Firstly and secondly, I can expel demons from the body of any person, or make demons inhabit the body of any person and control his mind and heart, and put it as a ring on my finger." He uttered his sentence, then warily pressed on. "Tell me, you fool! How dare you feel safe coming to my house? Don't you fear for your life? Your audacity is astonishing. Do you wish to test my magic? I can make you disappear now, if you'd like." He laughed an evil laugh and said, "Listen, I will tell you a story, but promise me that you won't be afraid. A woman came to me a week ago who wanted to make her traitorous husband her servant, so I asked her for a black chicken that did not have any colored feathers, and when I brought it, I slaughtered it for her and began wiping that woman's face with the chicken's blood and reciting my spells. In the end, I asked her to feed it to him, and since that day, her husband has seen all the women. Like monkeys, no one else is seen." A chill crawled down my spine, and waves of disgust washed over me. I couldn't fathom that there were still those who clung to such madness. But without any warning, he lifted his face skyward and began to swing his head from side to side, muttering strange, incomprehensible words that made my skin crawl. Then he locked eyes with me. His gaze was the color of blood, and in a voice dripping with terror and menace, he commanded, "Go now! Go! Your mother wants you to buy her medicine." My astonishment quickly turned to dread, sending shivers down my spine as I frantically grabbed for my phone. The moment he stopped speaking, it began ringing, my mother's name glaring on the screen. Panic surged through me, and my heart pounded so violently that I was convinced he could hear its desperate thudding. With a chilling sneer, he spat out his words, "Don't be afraid. Leave now. They swore they wouldn't hurt you. Get out of here immediately." As I staggered up from the chair, an overwhelming dread seized me. My legs felt like they would collapse at any moment. My hands shook uncontrollably as I clutched my phone, its insistent ringing piercing the eerie silence. The moment I escaped his cramped house, a chill ran down my spine. With a voice barely steady, I answered, "Hello, Mother. I'll come back right away to buy you medicine."